They already take care of him. It's just a quick reaction and a double shot, some collateral. Wow. Ice saying, yeah, don't rush me.
They can't help him, but they actually find a trade when everyone used 3 spur. Oh, Kyo doesn't need specials!
Right now, the holds just have not been there so far in this set. I say that though, Wadsm comes up with 1, now going back into the courtyard, is getting zoned away, and is able to find the burst bomb. Wadsm with the triple.
But such a nice shot from Noct. Oh my god, I want to watch more Noctis from Blaster gameplay. Noctis with the triple inkjet.
What an absolute pleasure to watch this level of Splatoon. 4 knockouts over the course of the 7 games.
This level of Splatoon was very, very high today. I'm lost for words, honestly.
Hello there, everybody, and welcome to TASL All-Stars. It is finally time. Had a couple delays earlier, but we are all ready and just about set to dive into the action with 24 players that you all voted in with something like over 750 responses to those ballots. Of course, you're probably pretty familiar with most of the cast up here. My name's Kbot, joined by Ninja, Toby, and Rissa. Y'all, let's just go around the horn real quick. How are we feeling heading into the first couple matches of the day? Ninja, we'll start with you.
First couple or just first match? Because I don't want to go too long. I mean, okay, I'll just start with the first match because I don't want to go on for 40 minutes. No, I'm really excited to watch this first match. I'm not gonna lie. You know that the meme of like the kid from The Simpsons where it's like Chuckles, I'm in danger. That's how I feel as a European representative right now because I don't want to be mean to my European team, right? But we have Kaji was great, but she's not played for a while. Yeah, Nylon's pretty good. Tera's not too bad. Wadsm's quite good. But you're against the Starburst frontline duo, Domo and Power. Oh, yeah, I am scared. I'm terrified. I mean, I'm supporting EU all the way. It's a 3 UK team, but I'm terrified.
Toby,
honestly, man,
you've got some facial reactions there.
Look, man, look. I get it. I get where you're coming from, but Kaji, absolute unit on the weapon, on the heavy. You know, there's gonna be a TC. There's gonna be a TC Manta here. You know that. That's just a guaranteed pick. They're gonna win that easily. Look, I don't care what you say about this, but Tera, Nylon, and Wadsm, that's a banger frontline in support. Are you crazy?
Yeah,
EU all the way, baby. EU all the way.
It's against the Starburst frontline plus Domo. Domo's pretty much a frontline on the support. Like,
Domo's a thrower.
If we can take one real quick look at the rosters, Rissa, I mean, any defense for the North American squad here. Apparently, a lot of people on Twitter right now, we had those Twitter polls earlier today. A lot of people are favoring the North American squad. Why is that the case?
I think it's for the exact reason that Matt was just saying. I mean, you'd think it'd be Toby. It's the 2 Starburst front lines, Domo, and then Power, who's, obviously such a powerhouse of a backline player. He's been on, hiatus recently, but I think that I've been watching him play a little bit this week, and he's definitely still got it there. So I think that's going to be a really strong team to beat, I think.
I don't know. I'm gonna say one more thing. I'm just gonna say, like, if you think Power's been on hiatus and he's still good, you gotta say the same thing for Kaji. Okay, so just,
I agree.
Okay, all right, we're good. All right, Kbot, you can do your thing now.
I mean, there's certainly a lot to unpack here, right? Bro, I think this is the one where we've got 3 players that are kind of returning from competitive after taking a little bit of a break. Again, based on your all votes. And the interesting thing, as a reminder, the map list selected today has a map from each player. As Toby mentioned, we'll be starting with map 1 on TC Manta Maria. So that's guaranteed to be there. Hopefully there's going to be at least one map moving forward that everyone can shine on as we take a look overall at the map list, but we'll get into that in just a little bit. Otherwise here, if you're the European squad, who are you going to pick to shut down? I'll pose that question to whoever wants to dive in. Who do you have to pick to try to close out?
Let me say, you don't want to let Power get cheeky because I feel like you've got a really aggressive team. Like, you have 3 people on the front that are going to try and be really, really aggro. And I think Power's going to try and match that pace. you can somehow find times where Power's matching the pace a little bit too hard with his charger and you can shut him down, then I think that's what you're going to want to do. Especially because you have Kaji in the backline. You know, Kaji's playing the Splatling. It's been known for ages and ages. Back when Splatling was getting played a ton, people still knew Splatling gets mutilated by charger. It gets destroyed by charger. So if you let Power just do what he wants and dominate the map, then Kaji's not gonna have a fun time. But if you can at least neuter Power a little bit and, you know, keep him out of the fights a bit, then Kaji can get away with a lot. So I think you're really gonna want to try and put a lot of pressure onto Power to make sure that he can't then pressure Kaji.
Counterpoint. You've got Tera on the support, right? You've got Tera. His junior's kind of nerdy. His try's kind of okay, but his brother is fire, and I think that can facilitate some incredible pushes.
Brother's not coming out today.
You don't think? All right. Well, still with the junior with the bombs, dislodging a charger with the bombs is going to be up there. Okay, so I'm looking for that from Tera. I'm looking for some incredible supportive play that will help Kaji get that upper hand, and we all know that she's an incredibly aggressive heavy. So keep that in your heads.
Reza, real quick, final thoughts.
Final thoughts, kind of just a little bit of what we've been talking about. I'm really excited to see. I'm really excited mostly to see a heavy splatling versus a really good heavy splatling, top level heavy splatling versus a high level charger. Like, that's something we never really get to see. So, I mean, that's personally, I'm really excited to see that and how the team is built around that.
Should be a great one to start off the day. It's the third teams for each region, North America versus Europe. And for some reason, I'm handing it over to the UK duo to take us into casting. So, gentlemen, take us away.
Yeah, well, we'll bring you into the match today. We're going to be having, well, like we mentioned before, we're going to be doing the third match, or the third teams on each match from NA and EU. Everybody's kind of simping for the backlines here. That's definitely been a key theme, hasn't it, Matt?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I think it's also kind of it's like memories, you know, because these players haven't been around recently. I'd say Power has been around more recently, but Kaji especially not played for ages. People are just really exciting to be watching them compete again and watching them compete against each other again. And you know, now the others are gone, we can just say EU's the best team. They're gonna destroy. You know, I had to be impartial while the two Americans were here, but now I can just say it. Europe is gonna dominate with ease. Trust me, 100%.
Well, this first map is going to set the pace. I'm going to say it's 100% going to set the pace here. Tower Control Manta Maria, it's Kaji's map. It's Kaji's map. If NA can put a strong showing here, I'm going to be interested in how EU is going to adapt to it, because this is hopefully going to give them some sort of pace, some sort of step off the starting line to get them rolling in that direction.
Back to being serious though, Toby, I will say, if Europe need to win this first match. I feel like they want to come into this first map. They want to come into this first map and they want to put everything into it. Because I think if you're going to go onto, you know, your backline's favored map, you know, a map that is probably one of the only ones that isn't going to be a real big struggle out of these ones, you're going to want to win it. And I feel like if you don't win the first map, that's going to put a dent on your mental, and that's going to put a dent on you through the series. Because I'm pretty sure, I can't remember particularly off memory, but I think when I looked at this, it was like, EU got the first map pick, and then it's like a bunch of NA map picks, and then EU down at the bottom. So if you're not going to win the first one, and then you're going to keep losing on these NA map picks, you're not going to have a lot of fun. So I think this first map's going to be actually crucial. And
like you said before, we are talking the Starburst frontline here. So this is going to be a really aggressive team. This is going to be a frantic team. They're going to be crazy on this. And you're looking towards Wadsm. You're looking towards Tera to slow this one down, bring this back into the ballpark of EU. Now, of course, that being said, again, Power is in the mix here, and Power is a consistent, strong charger player. I mean, I assume we're going to see some Fire Fin, some Bamboo, perhaps, some solid gameplay coming out from him. And like you said before, with both of the backlines, they've been kind of out of the scene for a while, so they're coming back in. There have been scrims going on. I know that much. I have hidden inside info that there have been scrims going on between the third and the first EU teams at least. So they have been preparing for this one, and I'd like to see what we come out with here.
Right, this is interesting. First off, we're seeing Nanon on the K-Pro. Normally seen as a machine player, but I can understand why when you have Wadsm playing Bucket on your team already. And we're going to see Power on the Bamboo. I like this pick. You're adding so much aggression to your team with the double armor. I'm only going to see this NA team holding W, I think, so far. We're going to see Tera and Domo both pop early armor on both sides, and no one yet going down. There's a little bit of a skirmish with the armor to trying to find something here. But we do see Wadsm go down first, giving the advantage of NA.
Yeah, Wadsm goes down first, but Nylon and Tera there holding it down, managing to take out the K-shot. Armor popped again. Nylon's absolutely segregated there, put up into the corner. Bran taking him out. and that's going to be first checkpoint being pressed pretty hard. Oh, a great pickup by Wadsm there, coming back in, shutting that push down. That's going to be straight back a reset. They know someone's on the side. That's another pick, 2 down, and it's just the K shot on the respawn and the bamboo alone in mid. Well, look, this is dangerous. You've let the heavy get the top mid. On Manta Maria TC, this is a really dangerous spot to be in.
Do a messy skirmish at the start, but now we let Kaji go aggro. She's popping the B-up bomb and going to be using it to get a bit of space in the street, but Nylon goes down, so now she's going to back up and just try and control a little bit of mid. But 2 go down in the street. I think a little bit of a push-up from Wadsm with some help does able to give EU the advantage. And now Wadsm wants to keep this aggression. You don't want to give her too much space, and he does end up trading with Jared, but I think other people going down throughout the map, and that's actually giving a lot of advantage to EU right now. Tera's going to stay on tower, letting Kaji control the top. But the thing is, Bran is now just pushing onto Tera. And as a junior, you really don't want to be taking a 1v1 with a tri-slot, you know? So it looks like EU's going to be back up once again, but this has been just a really back and forth messy match so far. There's only a full minute 30 in. Now the team past 80.
Yeah, Tera had the armor there on deck. They're going to have another one shortly from Wadsm. Definitely ahead in the armor game on EU side. They lose power really early in this fight. I'm not sure, but they do manage to get the trade back. In fact, they get 2. So this is going to be perhaps first checkpoint if they can take out Kaji, and they do. So 3 down now for EU, and NA are finally getting a foothold in this map. In fact, any team is getting a foothold in this map because it's been super back and forth for the first 2 minutes.
Bran gets a ton done there and really opens up for NA. And Wadsm on the flank, but Power shuts him down. Oh, Power 1 HP, but lives it and actually breaks the second checkpoint. That is crucial. Breaking the checkpoint on Manta Maria can really make things go bad for EU now, especially if Power's going to be sitting on the tower applying a ton of pressure. Missiles are now popped, just trying to get a bit of chip damage through and make the EU team back up. And this could be NA just rolling on forward, making it to that last checkpoint. Looks like it's not going to be broken, although it could be. Bit of a 2-3 right now. Okay, no, never mind. Just Jared, sharking in the street, does actually find Kaji, and is still alive. Is he going to find Tera? Oh my god. 2? Jared finds 2! That's so big for an A!
That's huge, and that's going to make it so much harder for Nylon and Wadsm to get back in. NX here has to fight against the bamboo from range, and whilst he has got the range, that's not going to happen if Power just drops in like that and takes him out. And that's going to really stunt EU's attempt to get back in. Wadsm stuck Tera getting the trade from an unholy flank, I think, coming out from Domo. A Power top mid control right now. Wadsm dropping. It's just EU's kind of in shambles at the moment. Power's just pulling the kills back and forth, taking them out. It's NA staggering EU all the way right now.
Yeah, NA's just getting a ton of stagger kills on EU. EU need to try and just back up and bring themselves together. Because right now they're trying to rush in, they're trying to make airplanes and reclaim mid, but you can't really do that when you get the Bamboozler, and a Bamboozler as good as Power is. It's been so long since we've seen this guy play, but he's putting on a promise. Talking about people not seeing him, Wadsm coming up to the tower, taking out 1. That's 2 now going down for NA, and it should be a bit of space going down to EU, but this time they are taking precautions. They don't want to feed Power, they don't want to feed Jared. They're going to use that armor just to reclaim mid, and you know, honestly, I respect the play. You don't want to be risky right now.
Yeah, the missiles to counter that come out, which is an incredibly smart play there as well. They have given Kaji top mid, but the pressure coming out from behind from Jared there shuts that one down. Wadsm does take the trade, but that's a really unfavorable one, especially if it's your backline in that mid section. Wadsm being pressured by Power, who still has top mid. The call's made. Bran knows he's there, takes him out, pops the armor, and it's a flank already. Honestly, NA is relentless right now.
Yeah, NA playing so aggro, but Kaji's there. Knew Bran was going to go aggro and gets the punish, but at least he had a little bit of holding. But look, Nylon gets taken out once again by Power. Kaji has 10 missiles on her. She's going to have to walk all the way away. Look how weak she is. And now EU have like 50 seconds to defend this push. Look how much space NA have. But Wadsm getting that pick onto Jared is huge. It might really open up this defense for EU, but Wadsm's just not allowed to push. My Power's just staying there, controlling their bunker.
Yeah, I mean, and Nylon going down again. Domo's going to pop the armor down tower. They're just leaving it, keeping going. The street control is just not there at the moment. The Booyah Bomb does come in to try and isolate. Does manage to get 1. In fact, incredible Booyah Bomb, managing to facilitate 2 kills there. There's 1 more on the flank. It's going to be another kill. It's going to be a 2? 2 died there? 2. Oh, that's really bad. If they can take out Power, at least they can get mid control. That's again, I say that. There's 2, another 2. Nylon good pick. So they have the mid control. They have the attempt of final push here, but it's going to have to be big from EU to get this one.
Yeah, this is going to need to be a really big push. You're into overtime now, and you need to make it all the way to 20. Wadsm's going to be going aggro, though. I respect it. You need to get picks, but Nylon's already down. I think Big is going to need to come up here. Wadsm should get this pick onto Jared. If he doesn't, oh no! Wadsm chokes it. Jared gets the pick, and that's going to be NA taking the first map. And fairly dominantly, honestly. Like, EU had signs of life in that game. They really did. But soon as NA started to get control, they just sat in EU street for what felt like, 3 minute 30. And then as soon as EU started pushing, well, they could just play slow. They had all the control they needed. And Bran, 19 KA. I mean, yeah, some of those would be armor assists, but you just look at the eye test. Look at how he was playing that game. You can tell he was putting in serious work on that map.
Honestly, it was crazy to see. And as well, I think the game forgot what team spawn he was supposed to be starting in, because I swear I saw Jared spawning in EU spawn over and over again and getting kills. Because like he was always there. And on a map like Manta, that's a pretty hard ask. He was going all the way around the back to get them and just holding, and it was causing so much trouble for Kaji, and it was causing so much trouble for Nylon, who's constantly getting picked off there. Really unfortunate from him. I respect the K-Pro pick, but I'm not sure how I feel about the matchup there. Like you said before, maybe good for that range pressure, but it didn't really pan out for them, and the armors was really hampering him. So I'm interested to see how they're going to adapt to this coming into the next map, which is going to be Clown Blitz on the Reef.
Yeah, I'm wondering what they're going to play here, because or what both teams are going to play here. I feel like NA, I'm not gonna lie, I think the comp we just saw them play is what they're gonna be playing on like 90% of maps. It seems like a very flexible comp. It seems like something they're comfortable with. I think Power's on that bamboo because it just facilitates the comp so well. It gives you an extra missile to just up the aggression of your teammates. You can go aggressive with them, and I think that comp works really well on this map. Yeah, I'm more interested by, because you were talking about Tera on the Tentabrella, and although I said we're not seeing any Brella today, is really strong on this map mode. So maybe Wadsm's their solo armor on the try. Maybe they play the Tentabrella. I could see it happening, but I'm just unsure because it makes the comp go a little bit weird.
Potentially a unique pick as well could come out from Kaji. It's been known that occasionally she will play the heavy deco, which is the bubbles. And if they do go for that Tentabrella, perhaps the Bubbles Tentabrella combo might be their attempt to make those pushes, because that's a really secure push. You've got those Bubbles as a shield, you've got the shield as the shield. That is just protection all the way down. And on that narrow street area under that basket, that's protection from a bamboo, that's protection from a tri-slosher. You're going to really struggle to aggress against that. That is, however, I'm not sure. That's a unique pick that may happen. Coming in from that last game, maybe a comfort pick coming from the remix. And again, we don't know about Tera. Perhaps could just go with the junior as well. We'll see.
I will also say I like the combination of heavy and 10 playing together. I think the 10 gives a nice bit of protection to that heavy, so they can aggress a little bit onto the chargers. We'll just have to wait and see as we're waiting to transition.
What?
Okay, mine's lagging. I can't see gameplay. Give me a sec.
Okay, so 52. So coming out from EU, we're seeing the 52
Yeah,
gal, the Kent's the 52 gal, and the
Nylon?
CDS from Jared. Yeah, I'm interested in that Kent's the 52 gal. I mean, you don't see it that often. It's been known as kind of a good pick, but it's like kind of niche, isn't it?
More recently, it's seen more play. I will say that from a bit of scrims here and there recently, and looking at some stats, 52 guys definitely seeing more play. And I think it looks like if Nylon's not playing Bucket on this map, I think we know Nylon's staying away from the machine today, wants to facilitate Wadsm and just flex to the team. But EU gets the first pick here. Actually, that's going to be Bran going down. The carry from last game. Oh, Domo with a cheeky shark. Is it going to find two? Okay, if he found two, that would have been criminal. Does find the one though, and that's still big. But EU gets an early advantage and will be finding some point there. Nylon played so aggressive in this one, takes out the tri-soldier, and actually it's going to be sitting on their car right now, which is exactly where you want to be. It's one of the most aggressive weapons in the game, so I like seeing Nylon playing this half and getting 3KO already. That's a really good opening, and look at EU's scoreline, Toby. It's already a 38.
That's a huge push. Now, to be fair, this is on the Reef, so that's not the biggest push in the world. Tera just absolutely dodging right now. Pushing down. Now, this is a good push. You also have Kaji here with more climb. In fact, I'm pretty sure she can finish the game. Oh, she's gonna get targeted here. Doesn't manage to quite get out. Doesn't get any picks, but that's gonna really delay NA on getting that clamp and getting that mid control.
No, I'm loving this dive from EU. I feel like Nylon on 52 makes a lot more sense than K-Pro in my head. He's known to be a very aggressive player, so I like seeing that. He really opened up a lot of space, and as soon as you have space, Kaji can do so much more on that start lane. Problem is now, Wadsm's got caught out, so now NA have control, and we saw the monsters that NA were last game when they had control, even though fucking mid of it. Right now, they're going to be chasing down on the side, and it looks like someone's caught there. Nylon does get caught out, so NA are going to be an advantage again. Domo is weak and going to need to be backing off right now, but Kaji's just holding that space, trying to delay them and pushing them back a little bit, and they do find power, evening it out. But look, trade's going down on both sides. Wadsm and Bran both go down, both the tri-slosher. So it looks like NA will eventually be going. Yeah, okay, eventually he's getting ran over now. But that was a really close skirmish in mid right there. But EU is getting the control back.
Yeah, honestly, EU kind of just exerting the force. Now, bear in mind, I believe this is NA's pick as well. So, are we seeing like a reverse thing where EU's good on NA maps and NA is good on EU maps? I'm not quite sure. But at the moment, we can see Tera and the control right now is incredible for EU. They have plan control. They have balls. Nylon does get taken out, which is not very good for them, but they still have the range for the defense, and they are getting close to that Booyah bomb. The picks coming, Chariot just getting caught out there by Tera. Really good pick from him. Wadsm too, but it's just been skirmishy back and forth in the mid here. Nothing really going down.
And I think in a skirmishy, chaotic kind of set matchup like this, finding these punishes is really, really huge. If you can play a little bit slower and find these punishes, then your team can really start to take a lot of control. Because both these are really skirmishy teams. You know, we just saw right there an engagement ended a trade. I feel like that's a lot of what we've seen going on right now. Right now, Kaji's going to be looking for a bit of aggression onto mid and just playing slow. But right now, not really finding anything. I think she just wants to hold the ground and try and wait for an opportunity to stop with her team. Bubbles being spammed onto mid, which I like. You want to take a bit of that aggression, but it looks like NA is going to be the ones aggressing now. They have that armor pop. They're not able to strike the Booyah, but it looks like trades will be happening again. Nylon and Jared both going down, and it's just this really kind of pokey game right now, where the aggros are just running in, trying to find something, and they're either trading or dying, but finally, Wadsm's the one that's able to come up big and find 3 off the back of a misplay off NA, and that's going to be EU taking a ton of space off of that.
Yeah, honestly, I'm looking at Wadsm right now as being just an incredible playmaker for the team right now. The bombs he's been throwing has been disrupting any attempt by NA, and that's huge.
Oh, catch him in!
That's the finish. That's it. A little bit of a sneak, all because of that distraction. They got so caught up in Nylon on the front that they just did not look to the side. Kaji comes in, instant sneak, instant KO. Did they even score? I don't think they did.
No, and they didn't. Something I will say, I massively prefer watching Tera on the Zap and Nylon on the 52 gal. You know, the top 2 performers for that team this game, the main reason being is I feel like Wadsm's going to be playing aggro. He's playing Tri-Slosher, obviously, duh. And I feel like if you give him a Zap, so if you gave him a K-Pro and a Junior like last game, not really too many players that can aggress with him. And that leaves him a little bit strange for punch time. But 52 gal, one of the most aggressive weapons in the game, as I was saying. Zap, it's a support weapon, but it's a support weapon where you can actually hold forwards and fight with your teammates really well. So then you can start supporting Wadsm. You can all push together, and you can make a lot of space. And as soon as you have that space control, that's when heavy splatling is at its strongest. Yeah, in a neutral fight, Splatling gets spammed out, but as soon as you have the space control, Splatling just shuts people out.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly where you're correct here. Look, we're seeing this comp like you're saying with the K52 and the N Zapper. Look, that space that they're taking facilitates Wadsm. If it's facilitating Wadsm, they're all NA's all distracted. That's leaving Kaji to move up. You've got that range advantage. Then you are getting nowhere with it. You have to go through the wall to get to Nylon, then you have to go through Wadsm to get to Kaji, and then you have to go through Kaji to get to Tera. And it's just really real struggle for NA, especially on a map on a mode like Clan Blitz. Now we're going straight back into it. This is not even stopping. Everybody's trying to pull the momentum in. Splatzone's on Inkblot, which is a super neutral map. We're seeing Bran on the Crapid. Love to see it. Going to see some Chara torpedo spots perhaps. And the Splash Neo, which on both sides, which is such a bomb rush on this map is insane. So I want to see how that's going to come in from both teams.
Splash Neo, definitely a weapon that's taken a bit of favor recently, and especially on the solo mode, it's always been good. Wadsm on the 52 gal, definitely unexpected, but so far, EU's taking advantage. They've got 2, they're probably going to find the 3rd here. They do. They only lose Nylon in the process, and they have a ton of space.
They're taking advantage. They get a whole team wipe immediately. The control in mid is insane. They've given Kaji top mid. Now power is on that 5 pin this time, so the range is not going to be as favorable for Kaji. But considering that, it doesn't really matter if a team could do all the work for them. Nylon does get taken down. In fact, that's 2 from EU getting taken down. Wadsm as well, and okay, that's going to be a flip. But for a start for EU, that's incredible.
Domo getting a lot done there, and honestly, I think that was really well played by NA. They were really, really fast with their engage, and I don't think EU were quite ready. They were, still staying up in mid, playing a bit slow, and they weren't ready for NA to push back in that quickly. Because NA came all the way back in, and then caught EU way off guard. I felt like Kaji and Nylon there just weren't defending. They were just kind of sitting and thinking about defending soon, and they got caught out. EU right now, Wadsm goes into icon Clyde, gets caught out alone. That's not good. Your team's now in a 4v3, and yeah, you've opened up a bit of space to be on from Kaji, and actually, it does go for to 53, which is going to be very, very good for you. Bran's getting weak right now. If they're able to aggress on these low HP targets, they might be able to do something, but the ball are saving him, and a lot of aggression, but a bit too much aggression, but it's too regardless. What is going on? This is so much chaos.
Oh my god, Bran, what the hell was that? It's like he wanted them to pop him, and he just gets the direct instantly. That's incredible power with a great pick there. Jared does go down, but that's 2 down for EU. They're gonna have to get some specials and regress. That it's getting too close. Power, maybe a bit too aggressive there. Nylon looking for the jump, does manage to get it. That's huge. Looking for another, does manage to get it. Looking for Bran. He does want to get it. The zone's gonna flip. He's got his team on his back. He's hungry for that kill. I was hyped there. Look, Nylon was going for those kills. He was getting something there. They're gonna lose Wadsm on the aggression, but the suction bomb rush for defense is ready.
Yeah, they have that special defend ready, and they need to be ready to defend. Yep, Nylon, look, he's already ready to defend this time. He's slowing them down and, buying time with this bomb rush so Wadsm come back in. And actually, that's a DC we're seeing from Jared there. Are there DC rules with TASL All-Stars?
Not when there's 5 points left on the board, I don't think. So that's gonna be
No, but that's right, run it like they're playing it. Yep.
I assume they're just gonna play this one out. Nylon is okay, and he stopped. But
yeah, because the 5 points were on A side, so
yeah. Okay.
We'll have to see if there's rules for this or if it's gentleman's it or whatever. But
we'll see. But it was looking like a good comeback from EU there. In fact, I'm kind of worried for NA if they do replay the map. Because the start from EU, whilst it was like that's not going to happen again. But if the NA are going to have to replay, they're going to be really scared on that retake.
I think you've given EU a second to just sit back and think about stuff. Because I think a few times there, it seems like Wadsm was getting a bit flustered by the timer. When it goes down to 5 and you're playing the 52 where you want to really, really aggress, you're just going to want to go in. And we saw him just kind of go in a bit too much from time to time and get really, really caught out. And that leaves your team at a disadvantage. So, having this honestly cooldown for EU might be lucky. A bit of a tactical D-dot. No, okay, I'm not going to make those accusations a joke. Someone take it seriously. Someone will take it seriously. I'm not risking someone taking that seriously. But yeah, that will be a DC from NA side.
We'll wait out. We have a little bit of time to discuss. But honestly, I like the comps coming out, and I favor EU's comp in that situation. The double suction bomb rush is great, right? But if it's effectively one suction bomb rush if the booyah bomb is on deck. Because if you've got that booyah bomb on deck, then that's a suction bomb rush nullified, right? Booyah bomb just eliminates bombs off of the surface, and the baller is going to get shredded. The entire comp on EU absolutely shreds crapped ballers. Now for Bran, that didn't quite matter too much. He's crazy.
Bran got away with murder. Bran got away with honestly. They need to keep Bran in check that game because he went really, really aggro. I was like, whoa, they're gonna get him off. They're gonna catch him out, right? And then he popped baller, and I was like, okay, he's recovering his HP. That's a smart play. And then he just runs into 3 people. I'm like, Bran, what are you doing? He gets shred, but then he just turns around 180, destroys Tera, and gets out with his life. Like, I don't know if that's EU letting him get away with too much, or Bran just being the next coming of the best player in the world.
I'm expecting to see the clip on Twitter this afternoon of Bran just absolutely destroying that situation. It was just kind of interesting. Like, I'm sure it was support from his team that facilitated the one direct, because it was just the one direct, wasn't it? I don't even think he got the boop. If he got the boop, that would have been amazing. He
had. I think it was the torpedo combo, the roll torpedo on the floor. I think I saw a roll torpedo somewhere near the person he directed.
Okay. So honestly, it's just cracked player then. Just a cracked player.
Yep.
Look, Bran showing the flex. He's showing the flex. He's already played multiple things today. He's just showing what he can do. All right, we are going to be getting back into it shortly now. Everybody's just quickly readying up, just waiting for everybody to get in. Let's see how this engage goes. This is starting engagement, because for EU it was rolling over. It was just immediate rolling. They destroyed in that first engagement. I'm curious to see how NA adapts to that coming into the replay.
Yeah, I feel like this time Power most likely is going to be looking for people that are running forwards. Because if you know that there are going to be shoots on the enemy team just running forwards, I just sit back a bit and hold an angle in a way, almost, and just try and look for those feeders. We're going to have to say they're running into mid right now, and yep, Nylon just painting a straight line into the middle of the map. He wants to take early engagements, he wants to go aggressive, but this time playing a little bit slower actually, not quite running on that right side, being wary of Power, but still aggressive on him. Now has the incover, so won't get one shot, but oh, never mind, does get taken out by Power, and that's going to leave NA in a 4v3 advantage to start this one off.
That was beautiful there by Power, and it's facilitated a quick zone cap for NA. They've managed to isolate all of the members of the team. I think that Kaji did actually manage to get out there, which was a bit of a blunder, I'd say, because she does have the Booyah Bomb on deck. Rest of EU are already respawned. The timer not too low yet, so I think a quick retake might come in from EU. They'll wait for the armor to get on board, and then they'll pop armor, pop Booyah, and push themselves back in. And there's the Booyah to clear out top mid, just to get Power out of position. Wadsm does take one side of the zone, but they are losing the Zap, and they lose Wadsm in that engagement. That's really bad there. Power coming in clutch, doing a lot of work for the team right now with some crucial picks.
Yeah, he's going to try and find some crucial picks. It looks like Nylon right there is just trying to take a duel with Jared, but it goes on too long, so Jared needs to wait for the teammates to come back in, and this is just NA shutting out right now. EU only have 20 points remaining. They need to be really, really fast, and they have 2 special online, so they're going to need to go now. It's go time. They're popping the 2 BR bombs, they're throwing them as well, which is going to get a lot of paint on deck for what they need. The Power just waiting for those BR bombs, and now he's going to bomb rush. They have nothing to counter that, but at least Jared is taken out, and it looks like they get the flip. Bombs get the exploding time, they get the flip, which is exactly what they need.
Power?
They're in a similar situation last time, and they took it, so...
Power? How did he get that?
Oh, he got a trade!
Oh my god, no way he got that! I mean, it's a trade at least, but Jesus, what was the movement there? He's moving, he just destroyed that Nylon. His ankles are broken, man. His ankles are just broken. Wasn't looking for the pick on Bran, doesn't quite get it, gets isolated, and that's gonna be an NA hold.
That's an NA hold. The Gress onto Power and just, missed. He just missed a lot of shots, and Power hit enough. Great. That shouldn't have been allowed. Should not have been allowed. EU right now do have a chance back in though. They have the bombers, they have the Booyah Bomb, but they're about to come online with their next one, and they're popping all their specials now. The 3 painting specials are all coming online along with the armor. They're just going to walk forwards now, hold W, use the specials, and hopefully get a cap, but they haven't capped in time. Wadsm got taken out. Now they're in disadvantage. Kaji's caught in the middle of the map with a spelling, but somehow still alive actually, and Nylon's still stalling something. Potentially you could flip it. No. Bran finally finding Kaji. Let's jump on top mid, but most likely will be taken out unless Wadsm fights like crazy. But he does. He finds Bran. Finds Jared. Maybe no.
Hit the timer. They managed to stall it out, but this is huge from Wadsm. Amazing play, and the rest of it's given the time for the rest of his team to come in. That pick on that painting weapon was huge. They are still losing members though. Wadsm, is his effort all not worth it? He takes out Bran again. He's still trying to stall. He's alone in the zone. He has to paint this all by himself. Throws down the Booyah Bomb, looking for another. Tera comes back in, and that's an incredible flip there from Wadsm. What a play on his time. He kept the game alive for the all to be you.
Yep, Wadsm really came up big there, and he's keeping EU in the game, as you said, Toby. But now NA are going to make their way back in. 4v3, bomb rush coming through, and they're just going to walk into EU spaces right now. We're going to have to see what sort of things happen right here, because Kaji's just waiting on that side now. I feel like EU's just disappeared. Like, where are EU right now? But no, it looks like they're waiting on the side, and they're going to be pushing back in. But wait, Nylon DCs?
Oh my god, man, this game is cursed. Mod check. Nylon? His ankles got broken so hard, he tripped over the Ethernet cable and he's unplugged it. Oh my god.
So I guess Splash-O-Matic has a bug right now where you just kind of DC.
Yeah, I think, I mean, I don't know.
A splash play is just laggy. A splash play is just laggy. Is that what we're learning today?
Is that what we're learning? I think that's it. You're all justified when you call that splash play laggy. You know, when you're playing against Legend in +2. Yeah, he's actually just really laggy because he plays Splash. You know. No, jokes aside. We'll see how this one goes. But it's feeling like a best of 3 for Inkblot right now. Interested to see how this one's gonna pan out. Okay, yeah. I don't think we're gonna be replaying
the timer was low.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be replaying that one. So DC this time going in NA's favor. I think that one's gonna go for NA here. I mean, it was looking like their match, even with Wadsm's incredible clutch towards the end. In fact, that was just amazing. Like, he jumps in, Bran's already pressuring him, he manages to survive, and then gets this insane pick. That just, I mean, sure, he was using the K52, so he had that wall, but it was just really good play, wasn't it, man?
The thing is, for me, I will agree. Wadsm had a nice play. Came in, got a pick, stole the zone. But we're seeing these kind of small individual pop-offs from EU right now, and they're giving you kind of a few seconds to try and do something on the zone, and then they just lose the team fight. And then NA takes control, and they take control properly, and they shut them out properly, and they hold the zone for like 50 points. And then EU almost loses, and one of them makes a bit of a crazy play, and they hold the zone for like 2 points. But it doesn't matter. Like, yeah, you can make a lot of these cool little plays, and it's good individual performance. But right now, they're not actually winning the team fights and the engagements, which is what you need to do, because that's what NA are doing, and they're holding for much, much longer, and they're able to lock out the enemy team. So it's nice to see these pop-offs. They're exciting, but we need something more as a whole from the EU team right now.
Yeah, I mean, look, the individual. It's like they have all the pieces on the board, right? They have everybody in checkmate individually. Like they have like a bit of a checkmate thing going on. But as soon as all the pieces come together, it's just not happening for them, and it's just kind of trumping them over the top. It's not like EU are playing bad, is it? And it's not like NA are playing bad either in the 1v1 situations. It just seems like NA have the have that cohesion a little bit more down in this situation, at least on Splat Zones there. We are going to be moving on to our next map. So we're going to be going on to Splat Zones on Sturgeon. So keep in mind that was those two maps back to back, CBE, Reef, and Splat Zones on Inkblot were NA picks. Now we're going into an EU pick, which is Splat Zones Sturgeon, which I understand why they would do that. In fact, I'm sure we might even see the K52 yet again, right? Because double Booyah on this map is pretty good. I would argue. I think with the shape of the zone, it's pretty good.
Yeah. I also want to see Wadsm back on the Tri-Slosher. You know, K52, it definitely wasn't terrible. He had the one pop-off, but I don't think it's his comfort. I think, you know, and when he was playing that Tri-Slosher, he was doing so much. I think it's clear that his comfort is in that bucket roll, and especially the Tri-Slosher. And yeah, the aggression is similar, but the weapons are still different. They're very, very different, and I think Wadsm is clearly doing much better on the Tri side. And I think on this map, Tri does very, very well. You had a lot of verticality, a lot of high grounds, and honestly, the zone itself is just a bit all over the place, and you can kind of take advantage of the chaos. So I think that, plus a Kenza 52 guard coming out from Nylon, would really, really make a lot of sense on this map. You know, of course, we're going to see the splat lane from Kaji. If we don't, then the world's exploding. But I think from Wadsm and Nylon, those players have been taking a bit more variable picks. I definitely want to see the Tri-Slosher and Kenza coming out on this map.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that one. I mean, I just want to see some quality play from both teams. Regardless, I mean, I know that sounds like oh, how boring. You want to see good play from both teams, but I feel like we've been just kind of missing out on it a little bit. We need to both, at least from EU, like we saw a glimpse of it on Clan Blitz, right? They just overpowered NA, but like there were some incredible team play moments, you know, just sort of setting up those positions where it was just hard for NA to get back in. But I want to see more of that, especially when we're going onto a map like this on Sturgeon Splat Zones. Here we go. We're going to start already. Power already on the 5-fin. We are going to see the K52 from Nylon, and Wadsm is going to be on that Tri. So it's going to be that double Booyah, double armor comp, and let's just see it. Let's just see how this one goes.
Yeah, we'll have to see it right now. Power setting up on that spin and most likely going to be going for a lot of times. But right now we see Tera walk in with the armor already, popping it immediately. But NA holding theirs for a split second. But no, NA popping theirs 2 now. But Nylon gets taken out first. That's going to be NA taking the advantage. Tera getting taken out 2. And that's 3 going down. And that's NA with a big advantage. It's only Kaji right now. She does manage to get out with her life 4 now. But wow, one nice off from NA. I like that. They played slow. They walked in. They punished over-aggression from EU. And they just took mad control.
Honestly, Jared's missiles there did a really good job of separating both the players and isolating them in these really good plays. The Booyah comes in maybe a touch too early there, and it's nothing more than a distraction for NA. Another Booyah comes in and a couple suction bombs thrown, but Jared's just holding the angle. Oh, that bomb was nasty. Pushed Tera towards him, and manages to get the 2 off the top of that. So that's 2 down, 3 down for NA. In fact, what have you been doing in the mid? Manages to get another. Yeah. Wadsm and Kaji just kind of took mid there on their own.
We were watching Jared win a 1v2, and I was like, oh, someone on NA won a 1v2, they must be winning. But it looks like everyone else on NA just got taken out by Wadsm and Kaji. They were able to solo lift the rest of their team, and they've recontrolled the zone. Wadsm is 1% away from his armor, so please charge that. Okay, nice. He's got the armor online, pops it, and pops the Booyah bomb alongside it. That's EU getting their specials out early, trying to take some control. And if NA just play slow here, they're going to come online to 3 specials in a second, which they've started popping. But, oh, it doesn't matter if Wadsm's just in your backline. Takes out Power, takes out Domo. Wadsm's doing so much on this map. Oh, takes out the 3rd!
Okay, Wadsm.
You know what I said? Tries does a lot here. Okay, guys, this is Wadsm's map pick. So I think we can expect it. I think we can expect this. He's doing a ton right now.
Kaji's in a bit of a weird spot there. Does manage to survive. Nylon coming in with the assist on that thing. We are looking at 15 points left, so NA have to make a play now. They have got the suction rush with Power, and they have got the armor online right now. Missile's going to be coming in soon. They're trying to get the paint down. They do manage to get the pick, so that's going to be the paint there. 3 down on the side of EU and NA with a recap. But honestly, that's maybe not a good look for NA. They had to burn everything except for one of their armor specials to get in there, which is pretty bad.
Oh, Nylon DCs.
What is going on with the internet today? This is crazy.
I don't know. But, okay, I will say, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we've just kind of Niall's just DC'd again. I guess we're gonna be taking a second, and I assume it'll be replayed, but I don't know. Even if there's a replay limit, EU hasn't used a replay yet, so yeah, Niall's got to fix his net. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, especially off the back of such a great map for EU at that time.
Yeah, that's disheartening to see, honestly. It would have been nice to see the rest of that game play out, because honestly, I could have been scared for EU once NA got that level of control, because right there, they got a full wipe, they got a ton of control set up, and once you have, you know, power set up with all that space and angles, NA could have been, you know, ready for a full lockout, but we have no way of knowing, unfortunately. It's an FU sometimes, so
we'll wait on that one just a little bit, but either way, still in this match is still going. We still got people for now. Well, you think they are that they're here, and EU haven't been looking okay. That was a good look for them. I know Wadsm's map pick. Wadsm was making plays, but that was a really good map for them. It was interesting to see how NA tried to come back from the way that they were playing. Like double armor, double booyah on paper doesn't seem that strong, does it? But when we were seeing that double booyah was getting in a lot of work, and the armor obviously was armor. You know, double armor is good regardless. But it's just that double booyah that is interesting to me. You know, you see Firefin. I mean, obviously we know that it's gonna be the remix, but seeing the K52 and the remix together, it's nice to see sort of a booyah gang thing going on, you know, like loads of booyahs coming in all at the same time, constantly pressuring and separating team members out. It's like missiles, but with a wider range of effect, at least from my perspective.
You know,
yeah.
Like it's very brute forcey, because you don't have like going through, or like you know, specials being coordinated to use at the same time. You're just kind of throwing down these big orbs of paint that the enemy's got to back away from. You're giving yourself a million HP, and you're just walking forwards. But no, I think that makes sense for the way that EU3 is playing here, because they have Tri-Slosher and K52, so you play a bit brute forcey. You know, that's how it works. So definitely the most conventional. I'm gonna have to be getting no replay on that one, which no replay. That is unfortunate.
That is unfortunate, to be honest, especially for EU. I think NX is
that's NA going up 3.
Is it 3-1? 3-1 now, yeah?
3-1. That's NA going up 3-1.
Okay. Alan was just quickly resetting his internet, so a little bit of a delay on that one. But we're going to be going into the next one, next map. I think it's something we can talk about. I think we're going to another NA pick after this, which is Splatoon's on Mako. So Splatoon's on Mako, again, I'm not sure about this pick from NA. I think this is better for EU.
No.
If I'm honest.
You're okay, Toby. No.
Okay, I know you always question my thing. Look, all right. Let's hear what you think. Don't be on me too much. What's your opinion?
NA has. Oh my lord, this is. Let's talk about Splatoon's Mako Mart. NA has a very aggro team comp. They have the kind of double shooter with Bran on Slice-Slosher, and then they've got power swapping between Bamboo and Firefin. Honestly, I like the Bamboo pick on this map, but Firefin also works really well. And very aggressive map mode. You're going to have Bran going aggro, you're going to have a lot of these missiles coming out for chip damage, and you're going to have, you know, Domo and Jared most likely pushing up with him, and it works. You also have the aggression from from EU. Yeah, you have Wadsm the Tri-Slosher, you have the 52 from Nylon. The kind of area where I think it falls apart and gets very scary is the heavy splatling. I think on this map, in mid, there's a lot of verticality. There's a lot of kind of bumps that you're playing up and down on. That's why Tri-Slosher does so well, and that's not what heavy splatling likes. Heavy splatling likes Manta Maria, and it likes Kelp Dome, where you can just stand up on grates and run around and have these big flat bases to control. That is nothing like Mako Mart. That's why I really don't like this for EU.
Okay. I see your POV, and I'll combat you that with I think this map lends itself well to Wadsm doing what he's been doing in the last couple games, which is appearing out of nowhere, taking out a crucial member of the team, and popping back. Now, on paper, I agree with you. I think that this is a map for power. This is a map for that hyper aggro starbursty type comp, right? But I think individually, on a player by player level, I mean, I already know that Kaji likes this map, right? Even as a heavy against something like Charger, against something like Bamboo, this is a good map. In a sort of a history sense,
right?
For a heavy player like her, and for Wadsm as well, because of the layout of the map and the way he's been playing so far. I think that him working with would have been Nylon, but I think we're going to be switching him out for someone else. I think we're going to get Robin as a replacement, but in fact, that might just work out better for EU in this map combination if Nylon was going to keep playing K52. Because if Rob's going to come in on the K shot, perhaps that is going to just...
No, Rob... Tubby, you don't know Splatoon players. Rob plays Brush. He's a Brush one trick.
Is he really just going to Brush one trick? Because I know he plays other stuff, but like... Are you telling me that he's going to come... All right, okay, well that's going to be... I'm not sure about that now anymore then. That's going to be interesting.
I mean, I think the one thing you're overlooking right now is Bran. I think Bran has been putting on the best Tri-Slash performances so far. I think, he's been very, very crazy on that weapon, and I think that, Wadsm's doing great, but I think Bran's going to do better. I mean, that's putting it a bit bluntly, that's putting it a bit mean, but I'm not being biased. I'd love to support the EU team, but I genuinely just think that Tri-Slasher player. And I think that if we're going to base it on what's going on with Tri-Slashers, then I think that I'd be even more scared because I think that the best Tri-Slasher in the lobby is Bran.
Okay. All right. Well, look, we'll see that coming in. I mean, look, I with the way that Bran's been playing so far, I could see that. I don't know if I'm gonna stick by my guns, even though you're giving me all this. NA's better on Mako. NA's better on Mako. Whatever it is. But I have faith in EU on this map. Maybe it's just because I'm a simp for the EU team. Even with all these DCs, even with all of these DC losses, I'm a simp for EU, and I think EU takes this. We'll see coming into it. We are just sorting out the lobby now, so just going to be a little bit longer while we wait for that one to come through. Hopefully, nice and quick. Okay,
so I'm thinking about Rob now.
Okay, you think about
that's the big switch up we've got. I think that when Powers on Firefin is going to do a lot to the NA team and going to be able to put in a lot of work. I think when Powers on that Bamboo, then I think Rob could get really, really destroyed. Bamboozler having the kind of, you can spam a lot of shots. It's, I think that when you're a very, very proficient Bamboozler player like Power is, I don't think it's that hard to hit a single shot on a Brush. And Brush is always going to have taken damage because it's running around in enemy ink, right? So you're always going to be low, you're going to be walking to a Bamboo, and you're going to get one shot every time. So you can't do that. Whereas when you're running into a Charger all the time, it's much harder to take care of that Brush. You've got the baller to deal with it. So I think that Rob is going to be able to deal with NA really, really well when Power's on the Firefin, but I think the Bamboozler is definitely going to be a bit more of a shutdown to that Brush pick.
Okay. Well, I mean, if anything, if we're gonna see Bamboo on anything, we'll see it within the next 3 maps, I believe, because they seem to be somewhat Bamboozler centric picks. Or not Bamboozler centric, but Bamboozler. They're good picks for Bamboo. At least we're seeing Splatstone's Manta soon after, which is a Bamboo map. We're seeing Splatstone's on Reef, which is a good Bamboo map as well. So we'll see that when we get to it. I mean, I'm not sure what he's going to pick on Mako. I think he could easily go to the Firefin just so he could have the range on Kaji. But I think you're right that the Bamboo could also come out on that map, especially with the just the way that the map topology interacts. Go on.
I was going to say, honestly, I really like the look of NA on the Bamboo comp. When they were playing it on TC Manta, they looked so clean on it. I think the double missiles worked really well for them. I think the aggression worked really well for them. So I think that chip damage comes into play. So I actually really, really like seeing Power on the Bamboo in this comp. So I think that's the pick. But I think that's what I'd pick if I was deciding every single pick in the lobby. But we'll have to see what NA prefer themselves and what Power prefers himself.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're talking about a player who's coming back from a somewhat of a break. I would. Bamboo is Bamboo, like, yeah, people are unpracticed. They're not ready, or at least they are ready, but the practice that they've had has been quite short. Bamboo is tough, I'd say, to play without having had some significant warm up on it. I mean, you see Bamboo players, it's a hard weapon. Like, it doesn't seem like it at the front. It's just like, haha, hold trigger 99.9. But it's a tough play. It's tough, it's a tough weapon to play. It's very easy. Very easy. Are you crazy? All right. Well,
lost B-. I have lost B- games on Charger. I'm not even joking. I'm so bad at the weapon. Yeah, I can rock up with Bamboo and get value in good scrims. Bamboo is like, I'm sorry. I could probably teach my little brother to play Bamboo. I think he is a B rank.
I just. Okay. All right. Look. You're the one that's been playing more scrims than me recently. I'm gonna give it over to you. I don't like giving it over to you, knowing that you just hold it above my head.
Shoot things.
Just shoot things forehead. I don't know. I'm looking to see more comfort picks from Power. I think he's just gonna go comfort picks, which is for the most part is that Firefin. I mean, I know he's got a good Bamboo, and he has played a lot of Bamboo.
Power control Manta.
Yeah. All right.
You're using the eyes to watch that game.
Yeah, I watched it.
Right, we're finally getting back into the game, so I can, we can use our brains a bit more. We're going back into the game. Splash says Mart, and we are going to see Power on that Firefin. Going to be using the Transition Nouveau though, and we do see Rob on that brush pick. So obviously what they do here, we're going to have double armor with a brush, which I really like because you can give a lot of resources for that brush to go really, really aggressive here. And that's where we're going to see Rob already going for that flank on the right side, and we're going to have to see if it plays off.
Jared looking like he's a bit caught out here. Great point sensor coming in. Gonna call him out. Can't go on that flank. Armor comes out. Rob being a distracting little bugger does manage to get taken down. It's gonna be a trade for the NZAP and the brush. We're gonna see the Triflash go down on NA as well. Jared popping the missiles. Jared and Power on the back of the zone. The call has been made. Wadsm pushing in to put that pressure on Power. Jared now left alone in the zone, trying to stall out as long as he can. Does get called out. That's gonna be the first zone flip going towards EU. Tera, another armor on deck already. In fact, they had both arms on deck already. Power, that's a late pick. That's incredibly good for EU. Not having that such a bomb rush online is going to be huge. That being said, Rob and Kaji go down. Tera goes down as well, so that's not picked up by Domo and Jared there.
It's looking like another very, very scrappy match, because as I say that, Wadsm just come back and gets two. It's another one of those matches going back and forth, but finally, we see our first full wipe of the match after a minute. So EU's going to take a lot of control right now, and this is where the game could go out of control if they just let Rob get away with whatever he wants. Right now, he's going to be rolling up into the spawn with that ball of pick. He is scoring a lot of time right now, and is maybe finding his pick. If he finds his pick, that's huge, and with the assistance of his teammate, that player will go down. EU's taking a lot of control of the spawn right now, and look, Power just can't hit him because he's on the fly and all the Bamboo. So he's just stuck in their spawn right now, but Rob's just sitting under there being a nuisance. Does finally get taken out, but look how much of the clock's now being drained by that aggression from EU. It's down 40 points off a team fight loss, if anything. And now the teammates come back in, NA still losing people, and Power just going to bomb rush. They might be able to flip it with that nice pick off to Jared, but still a lot, of points coming out for EU despite, losing the team fight overall.
Yeah, EU there gonna get lost, but yeah, a push down to 33 from that is incredible. I think an underestimated combo is maybe Kaji and Rob. You've got that long range and that brush combination. That's gonna especially with the aggressive spiraling plays, is gonna be incredibly dangerous. Wadsm does manage to get one, I believe, and that's two down for NA, or at least one on the respawn. So advantage for the push is towards NA right now. Rob with the baller in the zone is gonna manage to neutralize it. The booyah bomb 2 doesn't quite get the value they want of it though, as Kaji is taken down. Wadsm loses the fight against Bran. Tera trades it back. EU kind of struggling a little bit right now, as they are going to take the lead. NA is going to take the lead from this. Rob here, sneaky flank. He's waiting.
Yeah. But he's just sitting there, and he's going to get caught out by Jared. 1 HP and does get taken out. Or that's why I don't like those plays, because if you get caught, which he did, there's now nothing else you can do. The game's pretty much over at this point unless a miracle happens. I'm going to jump off by Tera. Jump coming in from Rob, but there's like 2 points left unless... Okay, no. Zone gets ignored by NA, but EU don't paint it fast enough, and I don't like watching plays like that. I mean, come on, you have like 30 points left. You're pretty much saying, okay, yeah, if I hide, there's a chance that I could do something a bit sneaky and get in some 1v1s, but if you get caught, you lose the game for free. So, I don't know, I just think that you want to play it a bit safer in those situations right there.
It was bad for Rob there. A little bit of a rough one. I mean, he got called out immediately. Maybe he needs a bit of time to warm up into this match, but he doesn't have that time to warm up into this match. They need to start getting some points on the board, because we're getting closer and closer to game point. In fact, I think we're on game point. Are we not? That was a.
We're on game point for NA. If NA need one map and EU need 4 in a row.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's all to play for. We're going on to Manta. This is an NA pick, but this is a good pick.
No, this is an EU pick.
Is this an EU? This is an EU pick. Okay, well, that's an understandable EU pick then, because this is kind of good for EU. This is a really good pickup for EU, and I think for Rob, this could. I mean, it wasn't intentional for Rob, but this could be good for Rob.
Mm-hmm. If EU need to win 4 in a row, then I think this is a nice start, because you have one of your map picks and Manta Maria, something that I think they could do pretty well on. You have the Reef, which they've won on already, different mode, but they've won on the Reef already. Then you're going to another EU pick. That's 3 maps in a row that are all very, very winnable. And once you've won those 3 maps, you'll then bring it to 4-4, and you're taking it down to the TO map pick because, you only have 8 players in a lobby, you're going to run out eventually. So I think if they can bring it to 4-4, then they have a real shot in this game. But yeah, they've got to bring. I mean, obviously, but they have
obviously, yeah. Like they bring it back to the 1 point.
But I will say, at least, if you're going to have any 3 maps to end it on, at least these are 3 nice maps. You've got 2 EU picks, and you've got a map you won on earlier. You did lose on Spartan's Manta Maria earlier, but that was the first game. Maybe a bit of warming up. The comp was a little bit different to what we expected, and they did stronger with ones we saw later on. So maybe now they're back into the groove a little bit. They'll be feeling it, and they'll be ready to, start the semi-reverse sweep onto this map 6 in our series.
Okay, well, we're coming into it right now. We're gonna have it's all to play for EU. They need to pick this one up, so keep that one in mind. Jared on the hero dualies, Tera on the 96. Look, the comps coming out from both sides are kind of wacky. We're seeing Bran back on that K Rapid and a junior pick as well from NA. So I'm interested in this one. This is very interesting picks.
I feel like Jared is just picking hero dualies because he wants to play a game of hero dualies in the All-Star match. I'm not going to lie, I literally think I said Tera 96, I'm confused because your comp has 0 bombs in its smart zones. So I'm not a fan. But we'll have to see how they play it out. Tera does get taken out immediately. That's going to be NA advantage. Power does get traded out, however. So now it's a 3v3 situation. We see Kaji going really aggro onto the NA zone. Rob's now pushing up as well. And that's a really nice start for EU. They do lose their first person in the start, but then they're just waiting on the top rope. They drop down and they take some control, punishing NA and controlling the map, which is what they're going to need if they want to take it.
Don't just think about the impact that Power getting taken out there did. It just let Kaji get right in. What is this aggressive play? Rob with the backup on the baller. Hello? This is huge combos coming in. These two are just going super aggro. Why is the back line and the front line working together on the front line? Rob coming back here to help out with the zone keeping. But honestly, that was just a huge play there from EU.
Yeah. I think Kaji just thought she was holding a 10 tech for a second because the fact that worked is insane. But props because EU really held it. They now pop that armor, so they're going to be trying to look to get some picks. If they don't get some picks, then NA will have advantage. But EU pops their second armor. That's the strength of this comp, and they do trade out the loss they had in Wadsm. But now it's NA's armor, and EU don't have one of their own to combat it. Bran is going aggro on this baller. We saw this earlier. He gets a lot done when he goes aggro like this, and it looks like Wadsm is here to at least try to find Kaji and take out Bran though. Bran not able to find the direct this time. EU does get the 60 penalty points that I missed, and be careful. Power's there to stop you moving, Wadsm, and they can honestly come back here, Toby.
Honestly, I'm looking at it right now. I mean, they still don't have the zone control, and they are losing more and more of it. I think I just saw someone fall off the map there, so that's a bit of a rough one there for NA. I think it was Domo losing his footing. Nonetheless, Power has a really advantageous position. Rob causing a load of distraction in the backline. In fact, he's called for Wadsm's help. Wadsm with a huge burst ball managing to pick up on Jared. So that's a lot of the frontline pressure gone for NA. Wadsm here ready to stall up. They have the Booyah Bomb. The Booyah Bomb does get thrown at Power. That's room made for EU. The stall, it's not quite there. Okay, finally. That entire
so aggressive.
It's crazy.
Honestly, I'm just blown by Kaji right now. She's literally just dropping down to try and 1v1 and 1v2 charges, and she's getting away with it every time. The timing is really well done. The teammates are there to ready to support her, and she's either getting a pick or allowing her teammates to get these picks. She only has 3 KA. I feel like the space and the pressure that she's putting on by just dropping down in situations has been really huge so far, and allowing her teammates to kind of get these situations. Wadsm does get taken out though, so now it's a 3v4, and they're going to need to find a quick pick to try and turn this around. But no, it's a 2v4 right now. Most likely going to be backing up quickly, although they do get a jump in, and they pop the armor, so they're going to try and turn this around. Wadsm gets in alive, and Rob has only just spawned, but it looks like they're going to be actually backing up and saying, okay, cross specials, we didn't get back in, so let's just wait a little bit and go for our second push in a little bit. But Tera goes down.
That's a rough one there for EU. But look, they still have a lot of time. They have a lot of time on that cross left. Kaji maybe a bit too aggressive of a play there. Just trying to come, maybe a bit of a wrong call. Street being held, they have the specials on deck. They are going to pop, was that a, yeah, Baller and Armor at the same time. Rob trying to make some room, doesn't quite get it. The missiles come out. Rob looking for one, looking for two, doesn't quite get the second. Domo just managing to survive, which is huge for him. Oh, does get picked up by Tera there. Huge trade. 3 down for NA, and that's going to be EU zone take. So minute left on the clock, and advantage to EU still.
And that was a wipe there. For a split second, 4 people on NA were down. So that's EU going to be able to take a lot of control right now. In the last minute of the game, that's what they need. There's only 20 penalty points remaining before they start chipping away up with some more score. But Wadsm gets taken down. That's going to be very, very bad. As long as NA play this safe, then they honestly should have a pretty way back in here. But Rob on the flank right now, is he going to find something? That's the question. 2 go down on NA side. I'm pretty sure Rob find 1 on the flank. And Domo going to aggressively. 3 going down now. A ton going on for the aggressors of EU. Only 10 points remaining. And unless a miracle happens, that's EU taking the 6th map in this series. Oh, nice little drip pick. You'd love to see it. And that's EU taking the first map they're going to need to bring it to the 9th.
That was pretty good there from EU. To be quite honest with you, Rob, impact was huge. Absolutely massive impact on that game. It took a game to warm up. I mean, he's on the top of the scoreboard, to be honest, and that's a good reason for it. Comes in, a little bit of a wavy first game, and absolutely destroys on the Manta Marina. Now, it was a good map for EU, granted, but that was an incredibly good turnaround for them, and that puts them on the board. Now, bear in mind, 2 of the games that were lost for EU were DC losses because of Nylon. So, not Nylon's fault, but yeah, because of Nylon's DCs, they did lose those games. So, and some of those, it looked like they were winning, did it not? Especially
one of them was the Splatter Sturgeon. Splatter Sturgeon was very, very winnable. But I will say, moving past that right now, I think Reef is also going to be for EU, because we've had 3 splat zones in a row, and it's gone 1-1 in the last 2 splat zones. Something I'll say about Mako Mart compared to Manta Maria is the size of the map. Manta Maria is huge. So when you're a brush, you can go on these massive flanks, run around to the back line, run into their spawn, pop ballers, and that's what you want to do as a brush. Even though it seems like, oh, close range weapon, so you want close range map, right? Normally on brush, I actually spoke to Rob about this a while ago because I was on shore. He says, normally on brush, actually you like the big maps, because yeah, it's a close range weapon, but that's not what you're doing. You're running around, you're trying to distract them, and you like having a lot of space to do that in, okay? So that's why I think, Manta Maria is a perfect example of a good brush map. Mako Mart, you can run around in their spawn a bit, but it's really close quarters, so they can catch you out a lot. The Reef, however, is another one of these big maps. Look at all these angles on the side. Imagine when Rob gets into that car. Imagine when he's stalling with Baller. This is another map where I really think that a brush pick could do really, really well for them if he's able to pull it off.
Yeah, the geometry of the map definitely favors Rob on this one. So we are going to be getting quite into it. We're going to see the tri-slash and invert again from NA. So it's an early pick off there for Jared onto Wadsm, and 2 huge picks there. Tera looked to trade it back. I think he managed to get the trade back, but there's still only 1 down for NA, and they're not going to have that zone control power with an aggressive look onto the tree for EU. Tera having to hide a little bit there to keep himself alive. Special slowly coming online now for NA, well, for both teams. Tera, oh man, power, what a pick. That was huge for them. That puts the armor off the deck, and NA looking like they want to secure the control here.
Jared with the NA special to open up that one. You just run it down mid with an armor and hope you get a lot of kills. And he gets 2. That's what you need. And they've got a lot of control off of that. EU now, I just saw a jump out. Robbie's in with the armor and he's able to put a bit of pressure on. But you're not going to find the picks from power on the armor. You're not got 2 people shredding you. I don't think Rob's getting out of this with a pick. He's getting out of it and he's down. But distracting 2 was huge actually, because 2 go down for NA. Domo and Power are the ones that were able to stop Rob there. But they're the only ones left alive because the rest of the team was left in a disadvantage state because, 2 were distracted by Rob. So now EU's taking a bit of control, but not a ton. Tera going a bit too aggressive, gets taken out actually. So now it's flipping back over to the EU side. Only Kaji left alive, and it will, over the NA side, only Kaji left alive will be now back up spawn, and that's NA taking some full control. So much chaos between these 2 teams.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's chaos that's been sowed by Wadsm, and Wadsm, Jared, and Rob have just been sowing chaos this entire match. Just the way they've been playing, like they've been ratting. They've been just rats the entire time, like hiding, getting that distraction, and just enabling the midline and backline of their teams respectively to get these incredible picks. Wadsm now he knows someone's there. He thinks someone's hiding behind, and I mean, he's wrong, but no, he is right. There is someone that is hiding behind.
No,
him.
he was right. He was right.
He was right. He had the information. The control's still not quite there for EU. They're getting the picks, but not the control. They managed to stall up the zone pretty incredibly. The timer isn't that low. Jared again managing to take out Rob, but a trade back there. That was a good trade there from Kaji. So still looking to try and reset this and not give NA the control that they want.
Oh, Bran gets greedy, sees Kaji, jumps down to try and get her, but even though Kaji got the pick, now Power trades back, gets that one, and now NA's back in this. It was looking like EU favored, but now it's looking like NA has the man advantage again. Rob is now running into zone, does get shot off, but has the armor, now gets another armor, now gets a baller. The invincibility on this player is insane. I feel like Power's done about 500 damage from Rob, but between ink armors and ballers, he's just not going to die, but eventually does get taken out. Actually, despite Rob staying alive a lot, it looks like they weren't able to get the exact value they needed out of him, and NA's probably going to come back in and clean this back up and reclaim the zones. Maybe not, though. It's all over.
I mean, a stall right now is good for NA, right? They have the lead, and as that timer clicks closer and closer down, that lead is more and more reinforced. Wadsm trying to get that bridge control immediately called out. He does get the trade with Bran, which is pretty good from that one, because he was pincered. Oh, Kaji gets a pick on Jared. That's huge for EU. They know where everybody is. They're in the tree. Just one left alive now, and that's going to be the zone. And finally, some control here for NA. Oh, I mean, as I say that, they do manage to get the ins out, but Rob getting pressured already. The control's still not perfect. Oh, okay, good pick on Bran. Finally, EU with some control. They've got the bridge. They've got the zones. They're looking to get that up close. This, it's dangerous for NA, right? Rob can't get quite as far in, but he's going to be hiding and sharking and waiting for them to drop in to get those easy picks.
And they have the control is going to look a lot better, but look, they're losing it immediately. You just pop 2 bomb rushes in the cloud, and now all of that control that EU worked so hard for just goes in a second, because NA pressed the special button, and they pressed it real good. Now it's just Kaji left alone on this angle right now. She's going to look for a pick, but doesn't find it. Jumps back to spawn just in time for Tera respawn, so will be 4 people alive on EU. But I mean, you've got a minute left. You've got even less on the Wadsm's time, and Tera just got picked. You're nowhere near your specials. It's looking all NA right now, and if EU pulls this off, then plays need to come through.
The onus on Rob here. He has the baller. He can stall the zones. That's going to be a cap, huge cap there. Going to stop that time from going any further. In fact, it feels like NA they've got 2 points in the last 3 minutes with their penalties, without their penalties included. Rob taking out Domo, great bomb, great NZ combo. EU just not able to quite secure the zones here. Domo doing a lot of work combined with Bran. Bran does get taken down. This is a 3v4, but EU is on the respawns, so still an opportunity for NA to take back that control.
Yeah, and they do have this opportunity, especially now they're in a 4v3. They pop the armor, however, now it's a 3v3. Jared gets traded out for that pick onto Rob. They do cap the zones, however, they do find Tera. Rob getting call out there. There's 10 seconds left. Kaji in a dream, and she's gonna have to do something crazy to stop NA from taking this. It looks like that's it, most likely. Decorating. NA standing on zone, and EU walking in and capping. Nah. There's no time. That's it. I think, yeah, that game was it was a tough one, and they had a lot of control. And I think EU were a little bit flustered. You know, they were in a tough situation. It was a map that NA was comfortable on due to the pick. You know, NA did pick it themselves, and yeah, I think it was a tough one. I think what we really saw there was the classic example of EU wasn't playing to win; they were playing not to lose. Just kind of running in, stalling zone. Let's stop the zone. Let's stop the zone. You know, we don't want them to knock out. We don't want them to knock out. And they capped it for a time and time again. But NA were the ones that, you know, they were playing it properly. They were playing to win. They were winning those concise team fights. They were pushing up into the spawn. They were taking a ton of space. They played it really, really well, and they won that match. That's NA taking our first set of the day, 5-2. Congratulations to them, and yeah, really well played.
I mean, even then, from EU side, it was good from them. Like they were fighting with a lot of bad circumstances there, with the unfortunate case with Nylon and Rob coming in pretty fresh, having to adapt on the fly. I mean, that being said, he did put some incredible plays in for the team. There was that game on Manta was incredible from him and from Kaji as a combo was just really good. Like the kills facilitated were insane. That being said, NA amazing job. Like, you say what you will, but that Starburst frontline is absolutely amazing. It's so hard to fight against. You know, Jared, Domo, and Bran all working together, like in just as a team, just incredible. Like Power. I mean, I could talk days and days about how Power played that match. It was incredible. The snipes that came through, the facilitation was just it was mad. It was maddening. It was crazy. Definitely.
And the thing I'll say is, played up to my expectations. They were playing it really, really well, playing it really, really strongly. But I think EU exceeded my expectations, honestly. They only got 2 maps on the board, but, you know, they had the kind of the tilt of having to change around their roster a bit and having to have these connection issues. So they had a bit of unfortunateness there. But I still think that NA were the better team with or without the players, with or without the connection issues. I think NA deserved this win 100% today. But I would say that despite all the situations, EU definitely put on a really strong showing and outdid my expectations. A really nice performance, and I was happy to see some of these players come back and play. It was a great set, and I'm excited for the rest of the day, honestly, especially the next one, which I'm going to be able to watch, luckily, and not have to talk over. So, yeah, I'm really excited to see the next one. I think there's going to be a lot going on there and a lot of chaos.
That being said, we are ready now to go back to our analyst desk. Going to bring in everybody else, and let's get that going. Let's see what the other guys have to say.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was muted. Maybe we shouldn't do that. Just saw NA take their first win of the day as they go on 5-2 over the European squad. Of course, Rissa joining back as well. Rissa, what were your thoughts on that set?
That, aside from all everything that was going on, I think that one thing that really stood out to me was the Kaji and Rob combo. Like I never thought of like a brush and a heavy splatling being able to pair up like that, but when they were able to really pair up and Kaji was able to act really aggressive along with Rob's brush, and then their teammates around them supporting them, following up, I think that was a really surprisingly awesome combo that I'm glad we got to see.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate there. Nylon got router diffed. So that's unfortunate to have him have to drop. But nonetheless, North America still able to come out as the stronger team on the day. Any other kind of like standout things on the desk here?
Look, I honestly, we talk. I was talking about it just then, but Power coming in after being on a short break, just coming in and just absolutely decimating. Same thing for Wadsm. In fact, you know what? I've talked enough about Power. Let's talk about Wadsm. Look, the showing that he showed, especially on Sturgeon, and on multiple maps during this set was incredible. Like he had these game winning, these game stalling plays, these game winning plays, these game just these plays that completely slowed down NA's momentum. And it was just nice to see, these players that maybe haven't played as often in tournaments recently coming in and just showing that they're just as good. They're good. They're good players. They're cracked. And that was really nice to see from my perspective.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Matt, did you have something else?
I was going to say something about NA and their strength is the NA3 and their strength is I would be interested to see how good NA3 are compared to the NA teams we're going to see later today, NA2 and 1. Because I honestly think that NA3 could surprise a lot of people. Because, they're going to have that 3 number next to them. People think, they're the third team. They're probably the worst team. I wouldn't be surprised if they really, really surprise some people, compared to the other North American teams we have here today. There's no way of fully telling, but I think it's a really, really solid roster. Solid roster, and I'm excited to see how the other ones compare though coming up.
Absolutely. And speaking of those other ones, of course, still don't go anywhere, folks. 2 more matches left to go today. Hopefully, they don't have router issues or something of that nature. But we will be getting into the next Masters in a little bit. We are going to take a very brief break as we get some things set up and prepared for the second match. We'll be right back with the second team battle between North America and Europe right after this.